Welcome back. Episode 6.
6.
Episode 6 already. We've changed it up a little bit today. Got today situated.
That was fun.
That light bulb went back out.
No.
I know.
All I gotta do is jump and tickle it, and it just kicks back on.
Yeah. So we're outside tonight. It's a nice day outside. So we decided to change it up a little bit. So maybe as it gets nicer outside, be outside a little bit more.
Yeah, enjoy the nice
around
weather.
here. Yeah.
Do some wineries.
A little bit of fire.
But
fire wine.
Nice, cozy,
Yeah.
different kind of scenery.
So crank it up.
Crank it up. Do the cold.
Yeah. So. Today's pretty much going to be kind of like a free flow. Nothing really scheduled. So,
how's your week?
Oh, dude, the weekdays. I love my job, like what I do. It just feels like I never leave. So, like, I don't know. It's a lot. Like Gina wasn't there Friday because she was getting furniture, and I'm like, bro, I would have took the whole day off too. They told her, when you go, okay, so time windows at work, we give like 2-hour time windows. So like 9 to 10 is because it's our first, and then 11 to 1, 1 to 3, 2 to 4. People complain about that. Yeah. I'm like, dude, if you call like these big corporate companies, you get 8-hour windows. Yeah. And they told her furniture was coming between 11 and 2 in the middle of the day, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I literally said, what if your furniture comes in the middle of the day? She's like, well, I'm not going to come to work and then leave and then come back. She's like, that's pointless. I'm never getting anything done. So that's, she had to take the day, and it was all right. Like, luckily it wasn't crazy, but I just need a vacation.
My
vacation time soon.
I'm trying to decide what I want to do this summer.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing like some small little weekend trips, like one weekend in Texas, like one weekend here. Mm-hmm. But like, wherever I go, I want to make sure it's worth it. And it's fun.
Well, if you go, I used to stay in Atlantic City, and we would stay Mondays. Like, it's hard because like the work week, but out of season and even sometimes in season, Mondays, Tuesdays, and during the week, it's like $56 a night for some of these nice ass rooms. Yeah. And then like you just hang out in the casino, you get a couple drinks, you hang out the rooms, you get food.
I've had my fair share of casinos, and I go with a rule. Only bring 200 cash.
That's what I brought
200's gone, I'm done. Because let me tell
you, the last time I went, we stayed in the suite with me and one of my friends, and I was like, listen, like, we'll play this much on the machines. Like, we'll go to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, I'll buy whatever, and I'm like, my limit's $200. So like, we take $200, and as we were winning, we're like hitting on things that we didn't even know because we have no clue what we're doing. And I'm like, dude, like, let's take that voucher and like put that in our pocket. It was like $250. Yeah,
why not?
And I'm like, let's keep that, and then we're gonna act like we don't have the money. Like, you know what I mean? We're just gonna play our cash. Yeah. And we walked back to the room. We had freaking Gordon Ramsay food, and we had counting our cash out, our $400. Like, we were fancy. Yeah.
I think what I spent like
never
at least
hit, so I don't
$250 in his little restaurant. But no, I want to do something fun, somewhere warm, not cold. I know. Because I did Miami last summer, and the water was beautiful. Oh my god,
disgusting. I know. I've been wanting to do
wild.
I don't have my passport, so like I can't.
Oh yeah, I need to get
places I really want to go. Like, and I would never go like by myself, but
yeah. There's a hotel that got built in Mexico. I'm gonna say it wrong, but I feel like it's like Hotel Corteza or something. But basically what it is a resort just for adults. No children allowed. It has like a water park built into it.
I had seen some
water bars.
Stuff like that.
I'm like, I want to go.
I would love to go.
Who
like
wants to go?
Just for the fact that it would be Disney, like a Disney cruise, but I don't think I can handle
just no kids.
Yeah, as many kids and how crazy it would just be generally crazy.
Yeah.
And like I don't think I can handle that. So like an adults only cruise would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. And then I'd probably get the package to go with it because
I did look up cruises for this year. There's a new ship that got built. Forget what it's called. Not even gonna attempt that one.
There's a couple that got built.
It just launched. I think it took like its first trip out was like the end of January. But I was looking tickets up, and like for 2 people, it's like $10,000 for 1 week.
Dude,
it's
ridiculous.
Like, ooh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Put it on my bucket list.
Did you see? This is going to change the subject drastically, but did you see I don't know if it's rumors or true, there's another Final Destination movie coming out, and the poster that I saw is a picture of a cruise ship.
I heard that.
I'm like, I really want to go on a cruise, but like I'm gonna watch the movie. So like,
I want to go so bad, but then when I think of cruises, I think of Titanic. I think
God.
of sharks.
I would love to do. I would love to do
dolphins,
those ones that go like through the Mediterranean, and it's like Italy, Greece, and it stops at the islands.
This one did
like,
the Bahamas. It did everything it wrapped, and I was like, oof.
There was one that like I was gonna take before, and it was supposed to be like you go to Key West and you could do like cigar tastings and like hot sauce tastings, and then it will take you to like I think it was like Puerto Rico and Jamaica or something. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll stay on the beaches anywhere.
I will.
Yeah.
Except unless it's Miami, because I was hot. I was like on the beach. I went in the winter, got back on the sand. I'm like, I'm
But
dying.
you've experienced it, so now you can say you've been at least. I've never been to
I
Miami.
experienced it when a shark came after me, and the person I was in the water with threw me towards the shark and ran. I'm like,
the things that scare me down in that water are the barracudas.
oh,
Because you see, like in the Bahamas and stuff like that, and like barracudas are some nasty motherfuckers. So
yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, but it's pretty. It would be nice to just get away.
Yeah,
that's why I'll drive to like another state for a couple days.
Just to see and experience.
Just to get out, man.
I mean, it was fun when I drove to Miami last summer because I got to hit every
Can't believe
state.
you drove. I mean, we used to drive. My family.
Well, I didn't drive.
My family. I couldn't tell you the last time.
Bougie drove me.
Oh yeah. I couldn't tell you the last time my family flew, like way before 9/11.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Well, I recently flew for work when I started with them, and they flew me out to Utah. Don't ever go there.
That's such a random state.
It's a state I never thought I would want to see, but now that I've been there, I never want to go back. You don't get served alcohol unless you order food. Don't know why. And then I felt really bad because I am like, there are a lot of religious people out there, and innocent me, you know, I'm like, there's nothing to do in this state at all. Just mountains.
Sounds like Montana, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God. And outside my hotel was beautiful, but outside my hotel window, it was just like a dirty pond. It was like dirt.
Nothing to it.
So I was like, there's nothing here. So me and my boss and one of the guys from the building, we're all driving. We're going to go meet up with a bunch of coworkers, have lunch, or treating us to lunch. And I was like, oh my God, that's a nice mall. And the guy's like, that's not a mall. And my boss looks back, she goes, you don't know what that is? I was like, that's not a mall. That thing's fucking huge. They're like, no, that's a church. And I was like, say what?
Is it one of those like super churches? Or is it just
what are the ones that got like 6 wives?
Like Mormons?
Mormons. It was a Mormon church. And the guy was like, funny story. He's like, if I pull over right now and let you walk up to the gate, he was like, they'll kick you right off the property. He's like, you will not get past these gates. They had like gigantic gates. I was like, oh my God. He's like,
it's
yeah,
just so
if you're
different
not
from what you're used to,
like their religion or they don't approve it. He was like, they won't let you in that. I was like, oh, well, do you have any malls around here? And it was just like little food joints.
You sound like the typical city girl that's lost in the
country.
I
was like, I can't live here. And finally, like when I hit,
movie off of you.
I'm telling you. And you know what's crazy too? If you curse, you completely offend them.
Oh yeah.
Because my boss said something, and I was like, oh shit. And they're like, oh. And my boss and me were like, what? Like, my boss just said, like, fuck. And I said, shit, because we're son. And, you know, she's Philly, I'm Jersey.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. And they're like, well, we don't care. Ha ha. They're like, but if you curse around other people in this state, they like get massively offended. And I'm just like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I would never survive here. Like, there's no fucking way.
We've been here too long to.
I hit Philly soil.
The only other place I've learned to kind of adjust to is Rhode Island, is when I went to school up there. So like, if I went up there and said water ice, they would know I was from Jersey. Or if I said pork roll instead of Taylor ham, it was game over.
I think like their favorite hobby to do there in the summer, they call it something. It's
in Utah?
It's a really weird name, but if you look it up, they get on 4-wheelers and they go ripping in the dirt, and that's like a fun hobby for them down there. And so the company that we go down for, it's all guys. So they're like, oh, you got to come down and do our sport with us. We'll pay for it. And my boss was like, I don't know how I feel about rolling in dirt. I was like, nah, because I don't want to smoke these old dudes and make them feel any kind of way. So I'm not
that
going
would
to
have
do
been pretty
it.
cool, honestly.
But yeah, they don't have. Utah is, if you want to be left the fuck alone living on a property and die and nobody know, then you live in Utah.
Oh, good. Then I'll move to Utah.
There was a diner called, oh my God, it was Shady something, and I was like, oh my God, I got a little strip joint on the corner, and my boss was like, that's a restaurant. I was like, it was called Strippy something. It was like a stripper name, and I was
keep
like,
your mouth shut. Just keep.
And I was like, yeah, and I was like, she could tell is a Jersey girl. I was like, everything. I'm like, oh my God, I need Jersey, and I'm like, does my Netflix work down here?
Like, you hear a lot of people, and they'll say, oh, I miss it.
Oh, I did.
Like, I get why you would, but like, I also haven't experienced leaving yet.
No, I dreaded it. I hated it. I was like, oh my God,
that's
come the day I leave.
I would totally miss everybody up here, but like, I want to be in the Carolinas, dude. And like, my parents are still at the age where they're pretty capable of like handling themselves. I mean, they are capable of handling themselves, but like
Yeah.
even then, like they can come live down there with me. I don't really give a shit. You're getting your own
Yeah.
in-law suite, but
So I was recently looking at a house that was in New Jersey, and this house got flipped at the wrong time. It got flipped when COVID hit. They put it on the market too late. They couldn't sell it. Basically, the home was worth 1.5 million. The home is down to $640,000. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home. Huge on like land. It's all the way up in Piles Grove. And I was like,
that's the middle of nowhere too.
I was like, oh, I really like this house. It's like a big house I want. It's worth 1.5 million, going for 640,000. But then I was like, I'm tired of New Jersey. Like New Jersey doesn't have much to give. So I was like, I kind of been looking at Austin, Texas.
It's gorgeous down there.
Beautiful
so
land.
Cheap.
These homes are so huge, and they're like the price of a home in New Jersey.
Dude, my grandparents had an RV, a truck, and a trailer insured in Texas for the price of one thing in Jersey.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
all their
saying.
vehicles, because technically they would travel for half a year, so they listed a lot of it as their primary down there. And it was like $700 a year for property taxes because they just had double wides pulled, like nice ass double wides pulled on, 7.5 acres in the middle of nowhere down in the valley. Like,
yeah,
that's a shit. Like, and like you walk on the property and it's, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, like,
they have
I think maybe this summer I might take like a weekend out just to kind of get like the feel of Austin, Texas. Make sure it's got a little Jersey in it for me.
I love Texas. They have so my grandparents used to live in Copper's Cove, and there was this place called Topsy, and it was a drive-through zoo. So like,
I know what you're talking about.
Time,
my grandma lived down there.
At the time, we could sit in we would sit in the bed of the truck, and the camels would literally just walk up to you, and you'd feed them. And like they would grab the bags and the food would rip everywhere, or like the steers, and they were just like, listen, you get damage to your car, it's on you, obviously.
Yeah.
This mean ass monkey in the beginning used to throw his shit and his rocks at you.
Yeah,
yo.
Yeah. Oh my god. And I remember I was like, oh my god, it's a monkey.
And
my grandma's like, put the window up. And I'm like, why? It's like,
he's
poop right on the car.
So it's literally, it's so crazy. And obviously things have changed now, but like that's just, you won't get that around here.
No. And then you have, oh my god, what state has Lucy the elephant?
I have no idea.
I used to see that every year when I was a little girl. Until my grandma passed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god. I wonder, like, you wonder where your parents really like enjoy life while you're young.
It's crazy how
because
fast,
time flies.
Dude.
Like I'm gonna be old?
I was thinking about that. I'm like, damn, I've been living on my own for like a while now.
I've been since I was 19.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, like I understand people fall on hard times and stuff, but like if you live with your parents for an extensive amount of time, you are clearly not doing what you need to be as an adult to get up out their house.
Unless you're stacking.
And that's the thing.
Which is part of doing what you need to do.
When your parents allow you to come in, it should be for a certain amount of time, stack up and go out. But not say, oh, you know, just I'm here paying the bill. Like, no.
Unless you're completely taking care of all your mom's bills.
Yeah.
Which, but like, I would if I could, you know what I mean? But
you gotta watch that shit nowadays with people.
I would also, I love my space.
When I turned 19, I was out my parents' house. I've been living on my own. I have started from $7 minimum wage and making how much I make now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember starting at $8.38 at a local convenience store.
I remember starting at $7.50 working for Wendy's. And I'm telling you, like you start low.
Patties.
And look where I'm at now.
What'd you do at Wendy's?
Oh, I did everything.
Yeah,
I did. I did the fries. I was actually number 2 top sandwich maker for South Jersey. Not gonna lie. My one girl, she was number 1. She is this Indian lady.
This was your first job?
Sweet. Yeah, it was in high school. Okay, it was up the street. It got me out of high school at 1 o'clock, so I took advantage of it.
Oh, I should have did that. I never did
that. But nah, I remember they tried to put me on fries. I said, you're crazy. I got long, beautiful hair. We're not doing fries. Then they put me on drive-through window. And I love drive-through window because that's how you get to interact with people. That's how I would knock
people out.
That's how I would always talk to him through like the drive-through window. And I worked the back window. Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, Jesus. And then I did sandwiches. I did the front register. I'm telling you, like, yeah. I did it all. But then they were trained to be a supervisor, but never moved me up. And I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, my first job, I was a host at a chain restaurant, which I won't say. And I hated it. There was some guy, there was a manager who, dude, I constantly got written up for being too slow. But like, I'm busting my ass on busting tables. But like the servers, sometimes servers take it and think that like the hosts are just going to clean their tables. And like, I really don't mind cleaning your tables. But if you're standing there doing nothing, why am I cleaning your tables when you see I'm busy still? So like they were trying to write me up, sent me home a time or two. The manager that they had come in was fucking like doing lines in his car. So oh yeah, dude, it was
Jesus.
wild. It was wild. I ended up going back because I went to college. I ended up going back. They put me in the kitchen, which was way different.
Yeah.
I hated it in a different way.
Oh, jeez.
I would love to be back in the kitchen, dude. I just miss it.
Yeah, I remember
I
the
don't miss the
Wendy's.
bullshit about it, but I do miss being in the kitchen.
I remember they tried one time to break me up, and I remember I forget what happened. I don't know if I walked past somebody. Someone said something slick. And it was a guy. And he said something. I was like, yeah, I'll just punch you in your face. I was like, if
Yeah,
I don't do it, I know my dad will do it.
yeah,
And my GM, she's like, you just threatened him. I said, he said he was going to hit me first. She's like, well, I'm writing you up. I said, you write me up, I'm going to shred it in front of you. And then I'm going to call your boss because
yeah,
he threatened me. So what are we going to do here?
yeah.
And then she's like, just go home for the rest of the day. I said, you going to pay me for it?
Yeah.
I got paid for it, but I went home.
Don't call my boss.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Then I
man,
remember
like,
I did Wendy's full time and I did the dollar store part time because they were right across the street.
yeah.
Oh, I love the dollar store. You could just
Dude, I remember
stop.
I worked at a different restaurant and they had ripped me up because so they had phase, which means like you would come in and then like when they didn't need you anymore, you do your shit, leave for the night. And then there was close. Obviously, you're closing. So like I barely ever phased. I was always fucking closing that bitch. And when I did phase, I had forgotten to stock some fucking dumb shit, and they wrote me up for it. And then turned around and tell me, we know so and so does the same thing. So why is she getting away with it?
But you're
She
getting written
always
up
leave
for
me
it.
hanging when I close, but I'm getting written up.
Yeah, no.
Like it pops up in my memories every once in a while, and I'm like, ah, good times. That was the kind of place that they would make you quit before they fired you.
That's so they don't pay you unemployment.
Yep.
You know how that goes.
I was leaving $10.75 an hour because they were stopping my schedule and going to $8.38 an hour and making more money.
That's crazy. No.
And then I started at.
Yeah.
And now look.
Look where we
I can't
got.
believe how long it's been. Yeah.
See, people always are scared to take steps forward. They always say,
It sucks.
I'm locked in, no company's going to pay me this. I mean, look, even if a company pays you a little lower, you're still going to get there.
And
you're
it also
still
depends.
Get where you need
and
to be.
even like I told my mom, because my mom works all the way 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for what you make.
I work an hour away.
Right. And for what you make, I was like, even if you make the same amount or less and you move closer, you're spending less money on gas. Like, you know what I mean? And like, it's easier for you.
Yeah.
Like, it really depends.
Yeah,
because I had left for, I think it was $1 more and a week's less vacation. Like, I was willing to give up my
You
vacation.
did. You left for less. And that should have said volume to that place.
They had counter offered. And I was just like, shit, I ain't going to say no.
Yeah, who would?
I was just going to say, okay. But like,
yeah, I remember when I was there and I was really getting my wits ends and, I applied to Amazon and I was like, all right, I'm just trying this for shits and giggles. And I remember they was like, oh, what are you expecting salary wise? I remember at that place, I was like, oh, we don't get paid shit here. I was like, I guess this is the amount. And I like only upped it by like 5 or 10K. I sent it. And I remember I did the screening, then I did the second interview, then I passed the third interview. And the third interview, you only get the job if you pass those 3 people you interview with.
Yeah.
If one of them says no, you're out the game.
Yeah.
So on people too without the qualifications.
Yeah.
So
I know. I was like, what if she says, what if she calls back or messages me back, and she's like, no, let's still talk. I'm like, it didn't happen. But like, let's still talk. And like, I probably wouldn't have left because like I like where I'm at, but I can at least know a worth,
Yeah.
for the position.
You always have to
itself.
know your worth because
Yeah, yeah,
businesses will make you think your worth is what they are giving you, and
Yeah.
that's never the case.
And it would suck. Just like
Yeah.
leaving our last place, it sucks. But like,
It sucked for the
it's
people
been
that
almost 2 years already.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, dude, wild.
Time flies.
I was thinking about it
Time flies.
because I'm counting TikTok to my vacation renews. So I know my anniversary's coming up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but yeah, so I don't know. Life's just been lifing, man.
It has.
It's been going.
It has.
I'm like, damn, it's the weekend again. Damn, it's the weekend again. Damn,
I love when the
didn't I
weekend
just
comes.
take my trash out? Like
sometimes how these days and weeks been, I'm like, yo, I need the weekend.
Yeah.
I need the weekend.
That's why I
for
usually
a
like when I
break.
take days off. I don't usually take weeks. I'll take like extended weekends or like
Yeah.
a holiday weekend. So
Extend your weekend, yeah.
yeah, and like there can't be two of us off at the same time. Like me and G, you can't take off